Hey folks, I hope that you are all having a good week. I will be taking care of water signs first, but first let me get a look at the dates that I'm taking care of. So I'm taking care of the 17th through the 23rd this week. So water signs come first and I'll take care of other elements here in just a second. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, what have you got going on in your energies this week? You have death in reverse. For some water signs, you're avoiding something that really needs. Excuse me just a second, water signs. Something needs to end here, and until it ends, the universe has you on hold until it ends. And I can see here that it is a Four of Wands situation, a marriage situation, and especially here with the Ten of Cups. The universe has stopped your situation, even though you are resisting it with all your strength. This is something that needs to happen here. You also have the Fool card. This is a new beginning that needs to happen, even if you are completely not at all comfortable with what's going on here. It needs to happen. The marriage needs to end. You need to recover. The legal separation needs to start. The divorce needs to start. Divorce proceedings, I should say, should start. If you have children, counseling for everybody, definitely, while this process goes on. Because this is going to be difficult. I see folks water signs being stuck in this energy now. They've been stuck in this energy now since pretty much the beginning of the year, and frankly, since before then too. But especially going forward, this is going to feel like a difficult situation. You're going to be moving forward with that full energy upright at the same time that you're feeling stuck. And especially if you have kids, you're going to be revisiting a lot of the emotions, a lot of the situations that you were in before this ended. But I feel like this is an ending that's being kind of forced on you because you've been resisting this, quite possibly water signs. Take it as it resonates. Maybe you've been welcoming this, but I feel like for a lot of water signs, excuse me, for a lot of water signs, this has been something that you don't want. You've been fighting this with all your strength because it may be that you grew up with the idea that you take care of the marriage, you fight for the marriage at all costs, you care for it. And here, you're being asked to stop doing what it is you're doing. Take a rest before you move into the new era where you do new things. Date new people eventually, but it is going to be learning how to work by yourself for a little bit. It's going to be weird being unmarried. It's going to be weird being unconnected for a bit. Really, really, Spirit wants you to stay unconnected for a while, not get back into a new romantic relationship. Avoid rebound relationships, please. If you want to vibe high, avoid rebound relationships and use that time for therapy. What can you work on within yourself to bring your happiness back? Because if you take this break, it will bring wonderful happiness to you. You're going to realize that you did want this situation to end after all. You're going to realize that actually, you know what? I kind of wanted to stop this a while ago. I felt like I did. But I also wanted to continue to sacrifice for this person because I thought I loved them. And that is something that you may find yourself saying, is that you thought you loved them. Or that you love them in a very different way now. My nose is itching, so something about that is true. You have some new choices to face in the future. Being married, for some of you, you've been married for a while. Maybe for a couple of years, maybe for several years. But this is going to be about discovering who you are. Maybe you kind of shut yourself down in this marriage because it was routine. It made you comfortable. Why get outside of your comfort box if you're happy in your comfort zone? And I see you finding happiness also in making choices on your own, for yourself, for your highest good. Especially if you if you ask spirit, ancestors, spirit guides, what the best options for you are headed forward into your best possible happiness, guaranteed they're going to lead you to the best possible choices over and over again. Be aware that some choices may lead you to heartbreak, especially if you run too soon into some new relationships here. And with the cups, that would be about new relationships. Do I pick this? Do I pick that? Do I go down this route? Do I choose to get married as soon as possible? Do I choose to try to get back into the dating game as quick as possible? And I'm seeing the potential there for heartbreak if you avoid making choices that aren't guided by your spirit guides, by your ancestors that mean well for you, okay? And also, it's going to be a little bit of a heartbreak healing from all of this stuff. So this is about a choice, having a choice made for you. It's going to be breaking your heart for a while, and unfortunately, it may inform some of the choices that you make in the future. Be cautious, or I should say, yeah, definitely be cautious, but think twice about just rolling into new situations, because it's not going to heal. What you need to do at this point is to work alone. This is what's going to bring you happiness at the moment. And it's a temporary situation. The Fool is just getting started on their journey. There are all kinds of new relationships on the way, but first, you have to get started on your own. Even if we're married to someone, we're in a relationship with someone for a long time, we're still responsible for our own souls. We're still responsible for our own journeys. And continuing to make choices based on what's happened in the past is going to lead to some heartbreak in the future. Yes, this choice was made for you, but it needed to happen. And with some water signs, it might be difficult to make choices that are in your best interest. This choice was made for you, and ultimately it ended a burden that was time for it to be ended. Being aware of the fact that this was not a healthy relationship to be in, that this was destructive to you, to the people around you, and ultimately to the partner that you were trying to protect, that you were trying to stay with. This was ultimately a burden not worth carrying. And the sooner you can see that water signs, the sooner you can make excellent choices that make you happy for the rest of your life. Slowing down here is going to be key. This may have been a really fast, this may have happened suddenly over the past few weeks, and there may be some whiplash that you're experiencing. Now that things are going to start slowing down for you if you're in this energy of breakup now. And to be honest, if water signs, you're coming up on this energy still, it may be a while before things slow down. But when you do get to this point of realizing that this was a burden not worth carrying, this choice was made for me by the universe because I was struggling to see how this was hurting me and everybody else in the long run. and now I can slow down and start taking care of my resources, becoming the ruler of all of the earthly resources that make life comfortable for me. It's about welcoming in new opportunities that are great. What's that? Risk reward? Great rewards, but are low on risk, for instance. Yeah, you have all kinds of neat things coming in. If you can get into this King of Pentacles energy here where you are in charge, you don't need to take guidance from other people. You are giving guidance to other people about how to take care of their taxes, their finances, their house, their business, their what have you, their business partnerships. You are going to have all kinds of wonderful things coming in for yourself. You know what? After letting go of this person in your life, you may see all kinds of unexpected blessings because you're able to come into this energy as the King of Pentacles, or at least you have this opportunity. You can choose not to come into your own as the King of Pentacles. On the other hand, it may be that you're kind of being forced to take on this role because this may have been something that your partner did before you folks broke up. So we're getting close to dinner time and Tifa's going to let you know, okay? But once you get into this energy of, I'm large and in charge of everything that has to do with making earthly life comfortable. I'm good at taking care of my relationships, the health of my relationships. I'm good at taking care of my finances and all that kind of good stuff. Neat stuff is going to start rolling in for you. Okay. And my kitty's being bad because she wants to get attention. She bites cords in order to get my attention. My goodness, I'm sorry. So this is about the starting of new projects altogether. You may be learning something new that you had kind of been admiring from a distance for a while, but finally you want to take on this hobby. Maybe you want to take on a hobby that turns into a business right? Maybe you've been holding back. Maybe you didn't feel like you could because your partner, your family was demanding so much of your energy. Maybe now it's time to start rolling towards that thing that you really wanted to do. It could be a spiritual business. It could be something to do with arts and crafts, for instance. It could have anything to do with something that you love, for instance. As long as you do something that you love, as long as you do it in a way that doesn't drain your energy, because again, we have this fire energy. As long as you do it in such a way that doesn't drain your energy, again, tune into spirit guides and ancestors. This might be a fantastic thing that grows you into this King of Pentacles eventually, helps mature you even further into that King of Pentacles energy. Yes. And that's going to generate new ideas. Once you start pursuing this hobby into a business, well, that's going to develop all kinds of new opportunities for you from there. So a lot of this looks like recovering that Ten of Pentacles energy that may have been lost, and we don't have it yet. But that could be some of what you're recovering from this breakup, this divorce. And once all these new wonderful ideas start coming in, once you start expanding tremendously, then people are going to start coming for your ass. They're going to be fighting you, just coming out of the woodwork. They're going to have some things to say to you, some nasty things to say to you. And it's going to catch you off guard for some folks because you thought that these were people on your side. You thought that they may have been in your corner, and still the universe wants you to know that they don't like what you're doing because they should be doing stuff and they're not listening to the universe. You are going to have to be a little bit cautious about who you offer your cup of love to. Maybe it's not a good idea to wear your heart on your sleeve when you're around these kinds of people. Maybe it's a kind of a good time to let your Knight of Cups stay at home, so to speak, and let the other knights, maybe let the other kings, maybe let your emperor, your empress combination come out to let these people know to get the fuck out of your energy. Can I just say? These folks don't need to be in your energy. And this Knight of Cups is not about defense. Are there any weapons? You know, of all the times of looking at this knight, I don't see any weapons on him. He's not in a position to defend himself. He literally just has a cup. And that's not going to defend him. He doesn't even have a shield on him. So yeah, you're going to need to kind of send your Knight of Cups home, let him rest, and defend yourself with the Empress Emperor energy and say, I don't need you. I don't need your discouragement, and I don't need your jealousy either. If you're upset with me doing well, tough titties. Get the fuck out. There's some people who would like to see your work unravel. There are some people who would like to see you pull up the fruits of your hard work before they're ready to be pulled up. They'd like to see you out of balance. And the way that you counteract all of this stuff when things start to feel out of balance because people may be sending negative energy your way, like your ex may be sending negative energy your way, especially if kids are involved. This is where you need to come into your own as the King of Wands, the person who sees what they need to do and does it. Doesn't need anyone to tell them what to do. They see what they need to do, and they are their own executor of their own actions. They don't need approval from other people. They don't need guidance from other people. In fact, you need to be in the energy where you guide other people in telling them what to do if for some reason they come to you for advice. And especially when it comes to this Two of Wands, now you might get the Two of Wands later, but with this Two of Pentacles energy in reverse, that's about bringing balance to your situation, taking action to do so. And in the past, water signs, that might have been difficult to do. Just because this ex of yours, this about to be ex of yours, was disempowering you, discouraging you all over the map. Yes, you, water signs, are going to need to come into your own as a fire and as an air sign. You're going to need to bring other earthly elements into balance within yourself. You're going to need to be way more discerning about the people who come your way, and also a little bit more introspective of who is attracted to you and why they're attracted to you. Taking action against the people who try to throw your life off balance is ultimately what's going to make you happy. It is creating a filter for yourself, keeping people out that don't need to be there. That is ultimately how you create your ultimate happiness. You're going to feel like, and people, excuse me, are going to feel like you're cutting them off, you're rushing around. It's going to feel good to finally be able to say, you get the fuck out and you get the fuck out. I don't need you anymore. It's going to feel amazing not having all these energy vampires, having all this negative energy around you. But it's going to demand some respect. Now, this knight does have a weapon. So send your Knight of Cups home to rest and send your Knight of Swords out to defend you. Defend your kids if you've got kids with your ex. And people are not going to celebrate this. People are going to be... The people that are low vibing are going to be upset. The people that are high vibing should be cheering you on. That's kind of how you'll be able to filter them out. And if absolutely no one around you celebrates, if everybody around you is low vibing and you're getting rid of everybody left and right, then at the very least, this is about you celebrating the results of being this Knight of Wands. Eventually, that might come up. Knight of Swords, this is about you celebrating, you taking action and protecting yourself. Yeah. This is going to be about using your intuition to see who is celebrating my victories, who isn't. Let me get rid of the people who aren't celebrating. Let me narrow my circle down. And that might be a lot to imagine. Shrinking your circle down to just a few people, I guarantee it is worth it. It is worth spending time alone, happy, than being together with people who make you miserable. I promise it is. And that High Priestess is going to be there to bring you ultimately to happiness, wish fulfillment, because you were able to say, this is a fucked up person that doesn't need to be in my energy. They're not celebrating, but let me bring together the people that are celebrating and let me celebrate with them. There are 9 cups here. He can't drink all of that stuff. But you know what? You can share 9 cups with the people who did celebrate you once you started getting rid of the people who were being energy vampires in your life. There are some cups that you should pass up on, especially when they come up from past negative energies that don't need to be there. Sometimes it's not good to be nostalgic about the past. You do need to roll on to new energies. And we can see at the beginning of your reading that water signs, part of the reason that this was such a struggle is that there may have been some resistance on your part to having all of this end. The Death card is in reverse here, and the Hangman is also in reverse here. This is the universe saying, you didn't say, yes, it's time to go, when it was actually time to go. So I'm pulling you over, I'm stopping. I see a temptation here, a possible temptation here, to accept a cup of love from the past, when in fact you need to fully let that go. And this might not actually be from a friend. That might be from an ex. It might be from a family member who masquerades as someone who's doing well but wants to get back into your energy because they want to be destructive. That's actually a really good cup that you should be passing on. The universe is testing you here. Don't take it, please. Don't take that cup from the past. It's time to move on into the future. It's time to love yourself first and foremost. Who else is going to fill your cup of love if not you? If you don't open the door from the universe, from the heavens, from your spirit guides, your ancestors, there's nobody on planet Earth that's going to do that for you. When you fill up your cup of love, you attract people of the same vibration who have also filled up their cups of love from the universe, from spirit guides. Who the fuck wouldn't love that? Yeah. And then, once you fill up your cup of love, then you can start putting back your 10 of Pentacles back together. You can absolutely recover this 10 of Pentacles. It is not a permanent loss, but first, you must learn to love yourself. You must acquire the riches of loving yourself first before you acquire earthly riches first. Get into that King of Pentacles energy. Get into that Knight of Swords energy. Defend yourself. Get into the Queen of Swords. Be very picky about who gets to stand in your presence and speak anything to you, water signs. You are worth it. The universe loves you to death and wants you to realize it, especially with the energy that we started out with in this reading, okay? Y'all have a great week. Please take care of yourselves, water signs. Fire signs, you're up next. We're taking a look at the energies that you've got coming up for the 17th through the 23rd. Excuse me. Yes, it is the 17th through the 23rd. Fire signs, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. You have the Justice card here. You have the Fool. And you have the Four of Pentacles here too. So this, to me, is about making wise, mature investments. You didn't just go jumping around spending your money just everywhere. You didn't go buy a new car. You went and invested in a startup. Maybe you started a business for yourself. Maybe you're investing in yourself. Maybe you're investing in a business that you know is going to do well. The universe really, really likes whatever it is that you did. Justice was the first card on the bottom. That's awesome, y'all. So, a wise investment which the universe is pleased that you have made. You are being blessed with it. I think it's interesting that we've also got a scale here in the justice, and I understand that that means something specifically to the justice system and karma and all that. It's a symbol, right? But it's also what you weigh stuff on for commerce. Very pleased that you used, the universe is, spirit guides, ancestors are very pleased at how you've used your intellect in order to grow stuff for yourself. Well done. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. So you've got a choice to make. Okay. So this is a little bit of slow down energy here. Possibly because you're a little bit not sure on what choice you should make. You're not sure if you should move forward at all on something. And I can see here with this mature energy that you might be really, really adverse to risk. But you're kind of waffling on a choice here. You have a bunch of knights here in reverse. This is interesting. So you don't want to make any sudden quick moves. Or you're in this energy of not wanting to make any sudden quick moves here. You may be really satisfied with where you are and you're not looking out for anything new at this point, because even though you've got a choice to make, you might not want to make it at all. You might be afraid of the consequences of making such a choice here. You may not trust your resources to support you through this process. So you've made a wise investment here, but you feel like it may be that you're so risk adverse that you're missing out on some opportunities here, because you have the Ace of Wands here in reverse. And with investments, I'd like to see it upright. You know, there's still some excitement about doing new things and you are taking action, but on the other hand, it's also being wise about it with that Knight of Swords. But that would be it. Right now, your Knight of Swords is in reverse. So you just might be like, I don't want to make any more moves after this. What I've got right here is good, and I don't want to make any... I'm scared to do anything else. This is about a job. This is about a career. This might be about a new job or a career. You might be really, really excited about this new job because the universe kind of wants you there to begin with. At the same time, you're kind of see some things that could be changed around the place, but you're also aware that you're inexperienced and you're aware of what it's like for the new person to bring in, oh, we should fix this, we should fix that. You're new. What the hell are you talking about? Like, what do you know about working here? That kind of thing. So there may be some of that energy here too. You're just very reluctant to make any waves here. So you're just being quiet, keeping your thoughts to yourself, letting your intuition do some work, because we do have the moon here. Like, you are listening to your intuition at this point still. The universe is still smiling on this. You just don't want to make waves. Yeah, you're really, really not interested in... It may not be like the best work environment ever. For some folks, it might unfortunately be a hostile work environment. This might be a new job that you started at that is a little bit of an unkind work environment, and you're just like, I'm just going to hang out here until the next good new job comes along. This might be a little bit of a paranoid energy too. But for other workspaces, now take this as it resonates. Fire signs, this might be like legitimate in the sense that you do need to protect yourself because this environment isn't the best. Yeah, it's not a great time to like say, hey, let's do this new thing. You might get your head kind of like bitten off, so to speak. Yeah, I don't see any support for new ideas. This feels like a kind of a dramatic atmosphere. One of those environments that say is, we're like a family. And I've been told multiple times, I've heard multiple times, to avoid workplaces that say that we're like a family. These folks would like to keep you unaware of how everything works in this workplace. This doesn't look like a very fun place to be. I'm really getting a new work environment here. New job, new career. It's kind of like a cubicle environment, 8 to 5. Maybe you're talking on the phone a lot. I absolutely see you being on the computer a lot. I see you rubbing your eyes, having to walk around. I just see a lot of gray. Like a cubicle office environment with no windows, right? I just see a lot of gray. There's stuff happening behind your back so fast they don't want you to see this. There's nothing illegal going on, Spirit says. But there's unethical stuff going on. Spirit's nodding her head. Yep. Yeah, Knight of Wands in reverse. I gotta say that so far all the court cards are in reverse. Yeah. So you're feeling pretty goddamn disempowered, I gotta say. And it looks like a lot of the people around you feel pretty disempowered too when it comes to changing their situation. And yet, the universe wants you here for a very temporary amount of time. You're supposed to learn something here. I see that you're walking on eggshells around these people. It may be that you have a supervisor that's immature that just kind of just says stuff, right? Just word vomits, garbage, like literal shit, almost. Maybe not literal, that's... if it's literal shit, go to the hospital. You've been walking on eggshells, and this looks like a situation that you have cycled in and out multiple times. This might imitate a situation with your family. This might imitate a situation with your childhood, your family of origin. This might imitate a situation that you went through in school, growing up. This might imitate work environments that you've been through that you just feel like you cannot get away from. You might ask yourself, how do I consistently get attached to environments, work environments, where I'm just chained up? Why can't I get away from this? You can get away from this work environment. You can. The universe wants you to understand some things first before you actually get away from this. Yeah. This is an obstacle that you are meant to defeat. You are meant to defeat the devil here. This is part of your journey. If you defeat the devil inside of this work environment, and it might not be a person per se, the devil could be anything. It could be your need to be in these kinds of work environments. It could be your workaholism, for instance. But something about this, something about your need for this kind of dynamic needs to die. That's your obstacle that you need to defeat. Once you let go of the dynamic that is within this kind of work environment that's been repeated over and over again, you won't repeat this anymore, and you'll get to roll into wherever else you're going. Yeah, and you will not be able to get into a new era until you defeat this devil. Defeating this devil, this cycle that you've done over and over again, must come first before you can transition into a new era. Therapy might be helpful here. Career counseling, if that's available in your area, might also be helpful here. So fire signs, I'm getting some Queen of Pentacles energy here. And I'm also getting the moon in reverse. There is something about how you nurture yourself, nurture your earthly resources, how you rely on your earthly resources. This is your connection to how you work for money, for keeping a roof over your head, for keeping food on the table, so to speak. There is something here that you have not explored. And again, this might be connected to some very deep behavioral patterns within yourself that would be greatly relieved with therapy, because you have the Moon card here in reverse. That suggests possibly that, take it as it resonates, fire signs, that you haven't explored all shadow aspects of yourself. And when you can, then you'll be able to pull your Queen of Pentacles energy up, and you'll be able to transition completely out of this environment. But right now, the universe really, really wants you here because you have some important lessons to learn here. If you can learn a lesson here, that's going to be major. It's defeating the devil, y'all. You also have here the Ace of Swords. You might feel completely stuck when it comes to thinking your way out of this situation. And again, this is where I suspect that therapy, where career counseling is going to help a lot. And it may be that working on yourself as a person first is what's going to change how you perceive your job, your career, and your relationship to money. It's time to go in for resources. This isn't something that you can do alone. Finding new ways of thinking about your situation is going to take professional therapy. It's kind of self-sabotage when you avoid therapy, actually. You're betraying yourself. I see folks kind of running away from resources, unfortunately, fire signs, and ultimately this makes it so that you are your own worst enemy. What's going on here is the universe is trying to bring balance to you through this chaotic situation. It's trying to force you to say, I'm better than this. I deserve better than this because I am the Emperor and the Empress all in one. I am both all in one. And I don't need to be treated this way. I don't deserve a job that treats me this way. The universe wants to heal whatever wound whatever wound needs to be healed that keeps you in this cycling dynamic of a work environment that treats you badly, even when it's a new job. It might feel like it's really, really difficult to look forward into the future when this is such a chaotic situation, when you ask yourself, how could this cycle possibly keep repeating? How could this happen again? You might be asking yourself, I don't see how anything wonderful could come out of this. The universe wants to heal how you see your way into your own future, completely independent of somebody paying your paycheck. It wants you to work on something on your own. This might be a thing where you start your own business, where finally you have the experience to be your own master, to have your own business, be able to sell, this might be arts and crafts, but be able to sell some kind of handiwork. This might be about jewelry too. Possibly. Just something that popped into my head. Take it as it resonates, okay? You are being asked to take back things that have been stolen from you. The universe doesn't always want us to play 100% nice all of the time, especially not with those who have harmed us. When the universe says, go and take something back from somebody who robbed you, you are to do it. Come hell or high water. And the universe is going to show you the most honorable ways in which you can do that without compromising your highest good. Nevertheless, the universe, it looks like, wants you to take something back from people. And this might be something that's out of your comfort zone. You might be a very polite individual. And ultimately, when you do take that back, it's going to bring about your Ten of Pentacles, and it's going to heal all kinds of levels of heartbreak for you. You need to hang in there through this situation, folks. Fire signs, please go to therapy. Cry it out as much as possible if that is how you deal with your situation. Do all the self-care possible. Sorry, my cat's trying to distract me. Do all the self-care possible. Take baths, buy stuff for yourself, spend money, but see what the universe wants you to accomplish while you're in this job. The sooner you can learn the lesson that this job is supposed to have you learn, the sooner you defeat this devil of workaholism, needing this dynamic, the sooner you can defeat that, the sooner you can become very happy in the Ten of Pentacles energy. Happily ever after, never worrying about earthly resources again. You're going to be a resource for other people. Have a good week, fire signs. Take care. Earth signs, I hope that you are all doing well. Let's take a look at your energies that you are dealing with for the week of the 17th through the 23rd. Earth signs, Virgo. I'm going to get it. Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. I'm learning. There we go. You have the Page of Cups. So something new when it comes to something that you've been kind of maybe not expecting, but you've been hoping for. You've been kind of taking action towards this stuff. You've left something behind here that you really, really needed to leave behind. Spirit is happy that you did. It looks like you left behind some conflict, actually. Something that had turned genuinely heated, right? It wasn't just about a sparring match anymore where you're just exercising in the backyard. Now it's turned into a real fight. You left that behind. You've left all kinds of energy behind. You've made up your mind, in fact, and you've made your choices. Well, neat. That's a neat way to start out your reading. So, firmly looking forward to some really, really neat stuff in your energy. A pleasant surprise is headed your way because you walked away from a conflict that you didn't need to take part in. You were decisive. You made the best choice possible for yourself. You made the choice for your highest good. You're being rewarded for it. Let's go. Yeah, now it's time to work on something wonderful. What are you working like? It looks like actually you're watching something grow. Because you've made all these wonderful choices, now you've got something to look forward to with that Page of Cups. It looks like you've got something to look forward to. Growing something here. This might be a baby. Earth signs, it might be a baby for you folks. Whatever this is, it's going to bring balance to your situation. Yeah, there might be some tumultuousness in the background, again, with that conflict. But I see you pretty much ignoring that stuff in order to, like, focus on your pentacles. Focus on your earthly resources. You might feel a little bit disempowered. This might be the conflict, in the background might kind of throw you off. This is when the universe wants to remind you that you are in absolute control of the tools that are within you to bring about your absolute highest good. So if you are feeling disempowered, if you're feeling like you can't do something, if you can't achieve something, the universe wants to remind you that you can absolutely bring balance back to your situation. Interesting. This might be a situation where you empower yourself by giving to others. This might be where you're able to give out of abundance. We don't have 10 of Pentacles yet, but because you've made such good choices in the past, you may be able to give out of those good choices, out of those good results, I should say, because you've already done the hard work on your own. So if you're feeling kind of out of control, somehow giving back to the universe, somehow giving back to maybe other people is what you can do to say, no, I am actually incredibly powerful. I'm not just the magician. I'm the emperor and the empress all in one. So you may be taking on a cause that you feel very strongly about, like a nonprofit. You might be kind of a protest kind of person. You might be the kind of person who does good things because you genuinely have great conviction in that direction, earth signs, and that's wonderful. Yeah, you're taking a look, you're fighting for these folks with zealousness. You're very excited to do this. It's high honor for you. You are thoroughly connected to the universe when you are in this place of defending people who can't necessarily take care of themselves, giving to people who who aren't in a good place at the moment. Something about that empowers you. And that's probably what's going to bring balance back to the situation that you're trying to grow. Yeah, all kinds of new things. You're going to be creating a project quite possibly where you give to people who, you might be opening up a soup kitchen, for instance. You might be opening up a thrift store that works with people who have been in domestic violence situations, for instance. You could be doing something amazing, earth signs. I almost said water signs. You could be doing something amazing, earth signs, when it comes to charity, to working with people who are down on their luck. Yeah, it looks like you've got some really some awesome new ideas, and you know how to do them by giving away all these earthly resources that you have been so richly blessed with. Universe really likes the energy in this reading so far. Yeah, like, once again, we've got like a charity kind of, I've got the Five of Pentacles here. We've got a charity image here in the Five of Pentacles. I hope you can see that. But you're going to be this person who stands outside of the church, opens the doors and says, come in. You don't need to run around outside in the cold anymore. You are going to be the person bringing people in from the cold. I feel like you have a very big heart. It may be that you are guiding people who are low vibing, who have missed their judgment calls, and you're going to be the person who says, this is the way to becoming a better person. You are going to be helping them answer the call to be a higher leveled person. You're going to be asking them to settle conflicts. I'm also getting like Alcoholics Anonymous kind of vibes, in the sense that you go back and make amends with the people that you've hurt in the past. Yeah, I'm getting emotional energy. So you might get emotional helping these people out because you genuinely feel good while you do it. The people that you're helping may get very emotional. Yeah, you're going to be helping them with broken marriages. You're going to be helping people who have maybe gotten into lives of crime, maybe because they needed to, maybe because that was their environment and that's literally all they knew. That was the role model that they had. You're going to be helping people do some introspection, come to a place where they can pause, listen to what their spirit guides, what their ancestors want them to do, and have them consider genuinely, how can I answer that judgment card? How can I answer the up-leveling from the universe in the best way possible? Really neat energy. Earth signs, be careful that while you celebrate, while you're getting recognition for doing this amazing thing in your community, be careful not to have too much pride. Be careful with opportunities. Be careful not to spend too much, even when it is well-meaning spending. That may be giving beyond your means. It may be missing opportunities because there might be some rose-colored glasses involved with this Six of Wands. You might be in such a celebratory mood that you miss some really important details that the King of Pentacles upright would never miss. This might be about hiring an accountant, a couple of accountants, maybe tax advisors, to really, maybe wealth managers even, to really make sure that the books are as perfect, as absolutely perfect as possible. And also it might be nice to like hire an ideation person who can generate ideas for you so that you can kind of avoid missing out on opportunities that, you know, you really, really should be paying close attention to. Be careful that you are not so divisive, that you are not so cutting in your words, that you are not so aloof and separate that you miss out once again on opportunities that the universe really, really wants you to have. Opportunities for growth. I know that we started out with a really positive energy here about you leaving a situation that didn't work out for you, about you taking action on something awesome, an awesome new emotional opportunity that you feel amazing about. Be cautious about becoming jaded about this opportunity as the years go by. It may be that you're just so accustomed to being recognized and praised that you kind of fall off. Maybe you lose your focus, so to speak. And there's a caution here to be humble, be open to new ideas, be open to people saying, hey, this doesn't work. And you will be able to, in reverse, you'll be able to catch all those cups and be able to be very satisfied with all the cups that you have, right? You will never move into the Five of Cups energy because you'll just have all the 4 cups in front of you. You'll just be very happy with all of them. I almost said fire signs, but I'm speaking to the earth signs. Earth signs, I hope that you have a great week with this new charity, this new nonprofit, this new project that you're very excited about, that you're going to be inspired to help people with. And I hope that you inspire other people to work with you, to do amazing things with you. Earth signs, have a great week. Air signs, I hope that you all had a good week. We are taking a look at the energies that you've got for the 17th to the 23rd of April. You've got the King of Wands. You've got the 8 of Cups in reverse, and you have the 7 of Cups in reverse. You have very firmly made a choice. You're not looking back. This is you in your best possible interests. When you see a choice that need to be made, you just do it. You don't need guidance from anyone else. You tell other people what to do. You provide guidance to other people, but you don't need it from other people. Here you've made a choice. You've walked away from something that absolutely needed to be walked away from, air signs. I see you being in complete emotional control of the things that you're doing. This is an awesome combination to have. Not only do you do in your best, highest good, you are behaving emotionally in your best, highest good here. You are balanced. You're able to take care of your emotions, feel them out, and at the same time, you're not overwhelmed by them. It may be that you became this King of Wands, King of Wands Cups energy because you chose to walk away from this situation. You saw a good choice and you made it. And it up-leveled you at the same time. It's awesome energy. It looks like you chose to miss an opportunity to steal from someone. Spirit is incredibly proud of you. You were given the opportunity to steal from somebody. Upright energy, and you chose not to. You made the best choice possible. You walked away instead. That's awesome. You chose to feel your way through the situation, you didn't so much think your way. You have the King of Swords here in reverse. It may have been that you were acting against somebody. Take it as it resonates. It may have been you were acting against somebody who was misbehaving, so to speak, at the very, very least. Someone who was using their words, their intellect to cut into you. This is kind of psychopath energy. You had a chance to steal from this person, this psychopath, who has harmed you, and you still chose not to. You are in complete control of who you are, but this King of Swords energy isn't. Yeah, instead, you countered with your Queen of Wands energy. You said, I am confident. I am very pleased with who I am, with my abilities, and I can see through your bullshit. And I don't need to steal anything from you in order to be incredibly happy. And I think that that's the lesson that you air signs learned here. That's wonderful. Yeah, you went up against a powerful person, I feel like, here, because we also have the Emperor here in reverse, which I feel like is connected to this King of Swords. It's like this Emperor, this King of Swords person tried to make you do something that may have been against the law, at the very, very least was incredibly unethical, or something that you just flat out didn't want to do, and you stood your ground. You said, fuck you, fuck what you want me to do. I'm doing what's best for me. I'm going to vibe high. This person that you have left behind, this Emperor, this King of Swords in reverse, is not at all happy that you have left. They're upset. They're watching you leave. They're not happy about this. Yeah, they are very upset. They are actually overwhelmed right now. They have the Queen of Cups here in reverse, but they also have here the Page of Swords here in reverse. They're watching you go, and they can't stop crying, is what I'm getting. Yeah, they're just tears and tears and tears. And yet, here you have your Ace of Cups. This is your cup. You did the right thing in getting away from this Queen of Cups, Emperor, King of Swords, all in reverse. You did the right thing in getting away from this person. They have real issues. You are moving into your Ten of Cups energy because you chose to love yourself, because you chose to have love from the universe fill your cup. You're moving into Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Cups energy. I'm sure you're moving into Ten of Pentacles energy too. You're leaving this person behind. Maybe you felt disempowered at some point because this person wanted you to feel disempowered. It made them feel powerful to see you in a bad place because they knew that you were something else. They knew that you were the real deal. They knew that you were the kind of person to act in your best interests and in other people's best interests, which is hard. To do it consistently, that's hard. I bet that they can't imagine themselves ever being like you, and I'll bet that that's part of it. This Magician in reverse. Please remember that in the midst of all this upheaval, in the midst of, these emotions, you might still be somewhat around this person to a degree. They are showing up in your energy. So if you're not around them physically, then y'all are thinking of each other, I can see. You might feel just a little bit afraid of this situation. You just might feel like I can't do this without help. The Magician here in reverse is to remind you that you are able to do this with the universe's, with Spirit's help, with your ancestors' help. By having a close relationship with the universe, there is absolutely a way to generate new ideas, new ways of thinking about the universe, thinking about yourself, about speaking to yourself, to others. But first, you need to deepen your connection to the universe even more. This is about as above, so below. The universe is saying, we need to have a connection, and then I will be able to give you all kinds of new ideas you could just never imagine. It may be that you've been kind of avoiding asking the universe for help. You've been kind of avoiding saying, universe, I want this. I want money for this. I want this thing that would help me do this. I want this person in my life who would help me do this, or we would be able to have this kind of fun, for instance. I don't know, maybe you need friends, romantic partners, chosen family, right? If your blood family doesn't love you the way that they should, maybe this is about you going in for chosen family, asking the universe to help you manifest chosen family members. The universe is saying, if you have a relationship with it where you work together, you answer the judgment calls that the universe wants you to answer, they will give you wonderful chosen family, romantic partners, all the things that you need to have in order to have a good, happy life in this lifetime. So it may be that someone in your family took something away from you. And the universe sees this and wants this situation to be corrected through a variety of karmic situations. Because you have the Five of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles here. Somebody in your family environment, or something about your finances, your wealth, something about your family intergenerational wealth was attacked by this particular situation. And Five of Swords in reverse is about recovering the results, so to speak, the aftermath. And it might be where you collaborate with the new people that you've asked the universe to bring into your life because you've been answering all these judgment calls. So money may be lost, but as someone I used to know used to say, money is a renewable resource, and the universe has all the money in the world. You don't need to have a lack mindset at all. When you are attached to the universe, when you are doing as the universe wants you to do, you are answering the judgment calls, the universe is going to take care of you. You will have enough. You will have enough. You will have the relationships that you'll need to recover what you once had. You didn't lose everything. In fact, when you lost some things, you gained some other wonderful gifts. And one of those is the potential for a new relationship where you really, really work well together. This isn't necessarily about romantic partnerships, but this could be about people that you vibe really, really well with. And romance might follow, okay? But I see you folks really working together primarily. To heal something in your past, and it might be in this person's past too, where you are working to heal. Maybe you folks went through difficult relationships and you're nurturing each other through those wounds, right? I see you folks celebrating how you guys recover together. It might be that there's a wedding. It might be a kind of wedding where people are really super happy for you because they know what both of you have been through before you guys came together. Maybe it wasn't a breakup. Maybe you guys lost people. Maybe that your folks passed away. And people celebrate this because they're so excited about the new things coming into your life. And at the same time, there might be some people who are really, really upset that you're getting your Four of Wands situation, that you're getting married. Spirit, what is going on here? It may be that the people that you left behind are kind of blinded to how their own families are falling apart. You left those people behind. I can see at the beginning that you left those relationships behind. And while people are celebrating for you in the background, the people that you left behind, their relationships are falling apart here. They don't even see it. They missed an opportunity with you, and they're going to have to basically, they've made their bed, now they got to sleep in it. They don't see how their families are falling apart, maybe because they didn't celebrate with you. Maybe they said, fuck your achievements, I'm not happy for you. Maybe not literally, right? But they thought that. And they don't see how they've missed an opportunity by not being their best selves around you. It may be that this person is super, super jealous that you've met a person that you vibe so well with. This person may be looking at your wedding and throwing all kinds of evil eye at it. Be cautious, okay? So there's something about this nostalgic connection that the universe really wants you to hang out with, to literally, to introspect, to think about, to meditate on, get all kinds of downloads from the universe on. That's kind of that Six of Pentacles energy, just kind of a little bit more elevated, like you're really, really attached. You've got nothing to do but listen to the universe's downloads about this particular nostalgic attachment, that it might be a past life connection. This might be someone coming in from your current past life. Sorry, the life that you're currently in. This might be a childhood friend that it's coming up from the past. You're supposed to be listening to what the universe has for you when it comes. So there's some kind of information the universe wants to pass on to you. The Six of Cups situation is going to make you incredibly happy. You might be kind of anxious about this. I noticed that it landed close to the Two of Cups. So this might be a past love that kind of rekindles, so to speak. It's going to make you incredibly happy. And there might be a time where it's just you, folks. We were talking about introspection here for just a little bit. This might be a time where not many folks celebrate your relationship because it is just so unique and high vibrational that a lot of people are pretty upset and jealous by it, jealous about it. This might be a time where you kind of need to isolate yourselves in the sense that you need to nourish and protect this relationship until it gets a little bit more strong for you to roll out there and be able to live out in the universe. But on the other hand, you might also need to be aware, air signs, that it doesn't matter who it is or how strong your relationship is. There will always be people who will be jealous of your relationship when they see how powerful and how high vibrational it is. And it's going to move quickly. You have the arrows of love here. So you might need to think quickly. You might need to think on your feet, so to speak, because it might move relatively quickly. Or it might just, the universe says, time to flip a switch. There is no heat up period. This just is. We've got a new period going. Air signs, those are the energies that you've got going on for this week. The universe loves what you're doing. Continue to answer those judgment calls, and you'll keep going up and up and up on your way to godhood. Have a good week, air signs.